We look forward to receiving your instant messages on MSN or Yahoo and your text messages on 365-3346. Remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to both sides of the story. 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 We always need to hear both sides of the story. 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 Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Hour 106.
Before God and all mankind, I pledge the love and loyalty of my heart, the wisdom and courage of my mind, the strength and vigor of my body in the service of my fellow citizens. I promise to stand up for justice, brotherhood, and peace, to work diligently and creatively, to think generously and honestly, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity, and play her part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. The National Pledge Song, sung by the children of Jamaica. And before that, the National Pledge. We could not have thought of a more instructive and appropriate way to start today's edition of Both Sides of the Story than in the way we have, because this is Diaspora Week. Diaspora Day is Thursday the 16th, and during this week, Diaspora Week, the Jamaica 69th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference is being held, headquartered in the Kingston Hall of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade on the waterfront in downtown Kingston, Jamaica, overlooking the 7th largest natural harbor in the world. And from there, connections will be made with members of the diaspora fanned out across the globe. Discussions, plans, engagements. It's a coming together of the Jamaican family at home and abroad, and we look forward to the outcomes. 2021 to 2030 is the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, and the Decade of Action for Road Safety. It's the 13th day of the 6th month of 2022, the International Year of Sustainable Mountain Development, the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Glass, and the International Year of Artisanal Fisheries and Aquaculture. Put another way, it's the 13th day of the 2nd month of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. In this Disaster Risk Reduction Month, Road Safety Awareness Month, Brides Month, and Pride Month. It's National Immigrant Heritage Month in the United States, where they're also marking National Caribbean American Heritage Month. In fact, this week is National Caribbean American Restaurant Week in America. Still in the United States, June is being observed as Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month, Cataract Awareness Month, Men's Health Month, Myasthenia Gravis Awareness Month, Aphasia Awareness Month, Congenital Cytomegalovirus Awareness Month, Migraine and Headache Awareness Month, National Safety Month, Scleroderma Awareness Month, Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder, PTSD Awareness Month, and Scoliosis Awareness Month. It's Commemoration Day in Kyrgyzstan, St. Anthony's Day in Portugal, and Vincent's Day in Germany. Hoy es lunes, el 13 de junio 2022. Y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos. C'est lundi le 13 juin 2022 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service par une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Monday, the 13th of June, 2022, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome. Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point, this is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free, listening is free, whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. Those in the US who wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM can call 631 359 8281. 631 359 8281. If you're in the United Kingdom and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 0330 606 0953. 0330 606 0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. If you don't have a Facebook account, no sweat. There's always YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube. All you need is a smart device or a not so smart device, smartphone, tablet, computer, laptop, desktop, otherwise known as a PC, personal computer, any one of those. Make sure you have not just internet connection, but internet connectivity. That means you're well and truly connected. And then you open a browser like Bing, Safari, Google Chrome, etc., etc. And if you're doing that now, you should see this video trending. If not, then in the YouTube search box, type DERVAN MALCOLM. More in a moment.
Walk into Marjan's Pharmacy and you will feel better. The service is clearly different. Marjan's Pharmacy, code 876-703-6335. The time by Marjan's Pharmacy is 2:15.
Hello.
Calling all Jamaican business operators.
I am
Meet
fine,
the world
thanks.
at
How are
Montego
you?
Bay Convention Center, June 13 to 17 at AICE 2022.
I can hear that.
Enterprises, this conference is for you. Capitalize on prospective investors and hear world-class speakers at the 8th World Free Zone Organization's annual International Conference and Exhibition AICE, June 13 to 17, Montego Bay Convention Center. Reduced rates for local business operators. Register now at aice2022.com.
Jamaica Hospital Supplies has medical equipment for health at home.
When was it sent?
Wheelchairs,
Digital blood pressure machine.
adult diapers,
I haven't seen it.
patients' blood sugar meters,
Humidifiers,
today.
incentive spirometers.
urinals, bedpans.
Yeah, but so far,
bedpans,
as far as I'm concerned, I love the general flow. I mean, there are one or two nuanced expressions that I'll just have to
Honor the law helps you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights. We've been doing it for 50 years.
Yes.
That's right. The program is brought to you
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Bank of
It's
Jamaica,
not going to
bringing an inclusive
result in
economy.
any
And on
dramatic
Thursday,
changes per se, but
labor and social
just to
security,
be able
providing
to
opportunities,
say the
stability,
things
and
that
social
would
protection.
authentically
On the
come out
Lord,
of our mouths,
45 on
so to
8:55
speak.
a.m. and at 4 and at 9:55 p.m. Wednesdays and Thursdays on Power 106
All
FM.
right. Yeah. Prompt. Okay. I understand. I understand. So you're doing a rehearsal when? Okay. Okay. What time? What time today? Well, let's see, because I'm actually on air now, but I'm playing music. I'm on air till 5. So I don't know if it will make. Okay, all right, no problem. Sure, thanks. Okay, bless you too. Later. Bye. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world, taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. However, in a few minutes, it will be time for today's edition of Land Solutions, which would mean that the numbers you'll have to call when Land Solutions gets going in a few minutes will be 876-922-4113-5. 876-922-4113-5. So that's for Land Solutions a little later on. Right now, though, this is Both Sides of the Story on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And we're anxious to hear from you, our faithful listeners at home and abroad. And we look forward to your usual full participation. Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine, says shout out to all the listeners from across the world. And he also tells us good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ricardo. Thank God for life, he says. Fire Ras says your platform is exclusive. Mr. Malcolm, please to big me up on the air. I'm Baba Ras from Junction St. Elizabeth. I'm a day one supporter of your program. Thanks for the support. Well, thank you for your support. Fire Ras, also known as Baba Ras. Good to have you on board Both Sides of the Story here on Power 106 FM. As we continue to stream live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. This is Diaspora Week 2022. Thursday, the 16th of June is Diaspora Day. Also, Sunday, the 19th is Father's Day. And what else is happening this week? This is, well, we did share with you some of the happenings at the top of the program. For example, today, well, this week is in the United States of America. It is National Caribbean American Restaurant Week. National Caribbean American Restaurant Week. So there's a lot to look forward to here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, and during this week, Diaspora Week. Welcome home to all the Jamaicans who are back on the rock, whether you're visiting or you're back for good or you have other business to take care of, or you're here for the Jamaica 69th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. We're saying a warm Jamaican welcome to you and you, yes, and you too, all of you. Thank you very much for making it Jamaica. Hope springs eternal in the human breast, not least of all right here in Jamaica. Let's get in a call before we get to land solutions in a few minutes. One of our regular callers from Florida is joining us on our text line, which doubles as our WhatsApp number and trebles as our straight line in the studios of Power 106, at least on my side of the glass. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. You say it's Diaspora Week this week, so Jamaican is free to come home and join in the program right there.
Well, you don't even have to leave your present abode anywhere in the world you are, because it's a hybrid conference this year. Obviously, COVID-19 is still alive, and I'm afraid to say, well, and so there's accommodation for a limited number of people to be physically in the Kingston Hall of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade on the waterfront in downtown Kingston. So there's limited accommodation. I think maybe only 100 places, just about 100. And but yeah, but
COVID, so I'm glad them lift the rule, like, when they're coming back to the United States, because
yes, that is the protocol that says you should be tested at least within 24 hours of travel to the United States. Yes, that is out the window. That went out the window at 12:01 a.m. on Sunday, as in yesterday. Yesterday at 12:01 a.m. That protocol of being COVID tested 24 hours before travel to the United States, that is no more. And so you can get up and go. Yes.
Yeah, the Prime Minister said something some time ago that we must take responsibility for our own health, and I appreciate that.
Yes, in the final analysis, it was down to us. Yes, we're a part of a household, we're a part of a family, we're a part of a community, we're a part of a constituency, a parish, a country. But in the final analysis, it boils down to individual responsibility at so many different points in our lives.
I know the next program coming up shortly, so I'm going to cut it brief. I heard the Prime Minister yesterday on the news saying that they're looking ways of means that if you charge for murder, they're going to deny your bail. So Malcolm, I want to...
Oh, he's saying that as well, the Prime Minister? I'm shocked to hear that, because this subject came up some time ago, and
he was on the news yesterday.
And I've heard police commissioners present and past who have expressed concern about, and members of the High Command who have expressed concern about people who commit certain, who are alleged to have committed certain crimes or infractions, that when they are allowed bail, that they continue to create mayhem. And so that has been a subject in Jamaica for a little while. It was revived relatively recently by the Minister of Legal and Constitutional Affairs, Marlene Malahoo Fort, and she made the statement in a rhythmic way. She was rhyming about not being at large. If you're on a murder charge, you're you shouldn't be at large, or I don't remember the exact quotation. But essentially, those who have lawyers and members of the general public, civil society interests have said, hold on there, be careful what you're doing. The state cannot take on and should not constitutionally and otherwise take on this business of determining who gets bail and who doesn't. That is properly decided in a court of law. That is for the justice system to decide, not for a police commissioner, not for a minister of national security, not for a minister of constitutional and legal affairs. You get the picture. It has to be a case-by-case basis on which these matters are dealt with, and not under the influence of the political directorate either.
I understand you. But if they make it the law, remember, the system, the justice system, the people who work in there, their hands are tied. They have to go by what the law said.
No, that I mark my word, at 2:27 p.m. On this the 13th of June 2022, that will not become law in Jamaica.
Well, hopefully. Right, before I go,
make a note of it. Make a note of it. Make a note of the date and time and what I said. Yes.
What I was going to say, what if you, that's what it's saying, you accused of shooting Rascal and him dead, and him charge your feet. I remember before the court 5 years, and only to learn that it's not you, a man who kill him. What will happen to you?
Sue the state for all they've got. Millions and perhaps even billions of dollars. Sue the state.
Yes, so they have to be careful at this law they're coming up with.
But I'm telling you.
Train the police officer. When you arrest the man, have the evidence before you arrest him.
No, but that is common sense. Common sense says you are going to do your investigations, you're going to be thorough, and you're going to make sure that you put together an airtight case, and then you move forward with the process. That is how it's supposed to be. You don't just go and pick up somebody and then you investigate afterwards. That is not, yeah, that's not appropriate. I mean, there are different circumstances because every case is, not all cases are the same, and there are instances where certain preventive measures have to be put in place or taken, but must be approved or given assent by a judge. Let's leave it there for now because we have Land Solutions coming up. Thanks for the call.
All right, boss.
Take care.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now 2:30. Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration, known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
You hear that? Silence. Ever since I moved out of mommy house, I can just kick back, relax, have a drink, and it's all thanks to Gateway. Financing up to 95% of the house. And if you're doing a home equity loan, they finance up to 100%. What's really better than that? Gateway Cooperative Credit Union. For more information on our mortgage plan, visit our website at www.gatewayja.com. Opening the way to your financial success.
Honor the Law helps you to know your rights and how the laws of Jamaica can help you defend those rights.
We've been doing it for 50 years. That's right. The program is brought to you on Wednesdays by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy, and on Thursdays by the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, providing opportunity, stability, and social protection. Under the law at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and at 9:55 p.m. Wednesdays and Thursdays on Power 106 FM.
It's a Monday afternoon, just after 2:30, and that means time for Land Solutions. This is the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with. Anything at all to do with the sale or purchase of land, you've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113-5. That's 876-922-4113, 876-922-4114, and 876-922-4115. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number on Land Solutions for today, 876-387-3183, 876-387-3183. The website is landsolutionsja.com, landsolutionsja.com. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com, gloria@landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja, facebook.com/landsolutionsja. The law firm Brown, Findley and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center, corner of Winchester Road and Hope Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. They also have an office at Shop 6 upstairs, the Jamaica National Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. You're invited to call ahead instead of just turning up. The numbers to call the law firm Brown, Findley and Company, 876-908-1950 or 876-908-3518. You may wish to call the Ocho Rios office direct. Their number is 876-974-6083. That's the Ocho Rios law offices of Brown, Findley and Company, 876-974-6083. In fact, every Thursday at the Ocho Rios offices of the law firm Brown, Findley and Company, there's a lawyer on duty every week from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Remember, call ahead so that you can be advised perhaps what information you'll need to submit or documentation necessary, instead of just turning up with, as my late mother would say, a too long hand. In a moment, let's say hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Attorney at Law, Gloria Brown.
Thank you, Dervan, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome again to Land Solutions. And I really want to reinforce what Dervan just said. Please do not come with your long hands. Your too long hands. Just call the office before coming to see us so we can tell you the things we want. And I will still say to persons, if you're trying to get a title, just send me a WhatsApp message now. 876-387-3183. That's my WhatsApp number or my cell number. 387-3183. All you have to say, you don't have to say I want a title, say title. And I will send you the information I would want from you to get the title, because we're encouraging persons to get titles, because too many persons are waiting until they have problems before they contact us to try to sort out the title. So I'm encouraging my listeners to try to get the title before the problem starts. And
sorry, Ms. Brown, speaking of waiting, apparently the callers are ready and waiting.
Thank you, Dervan.
So feel
Good
free.
Afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Brown.
Yes, good afternoon.
I have a general question. I've heard recently of how will be turned. So I was just wondering if you could tell us the reasons why wills could be overturned legally?
Well, one reason, we might say it's a forgery. The person did not write the will. And we have had quite a few of those where when you compare the signature of the person who died, that's not the person's signature. Also, you might say the person didn't have dementia. The person had dementia or Alzheimer's when the will was written. Yeah. But one of the main things, though, is that the will was not properly executed. When it was signed, it was not signed in the presence of two or more witnesses. So maybe you ask me to sign the will today and ask Dervan to sign it tomorrow. So I've had a will where I would say to one witness, do you know the other witness, John Brown? I say, I don't know that person. That means they were never there together. So those are some of the reasons. So forgery, lack of capacity, not properly executed, or maybe it just wasn't even signed by the person who is supposed to have made it. So there are various reasons why it could be turned, why it could be overturned.
Okay, so the contents wouldn't really be a problem.
No, to say that it didn't leave, to say that it didn't leave anything for me, that's not a reason. It doesn't have to leave anything for any of the children or his spouse or anybody.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for that. That's an interest.
Another one, Ms. Brown.
Thank you, Dervan. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes, sir. Good day.
A person is in joint tenancy with another person. However, one of the persons paying all the taxes over 12 years, doing all the maintenance, upgrading of that property, and the other one refused from helping. Can that person who was doing the above get that name of the title by adverse possession?
Yes,
that person do?
The person can, but not because the person is paying the taxi, but the second person who is not doing anything. Is that person living there?
Say that again?
The one who is not paying anything, is that one living on the property?
No.
Has not visited for the last 12 years?
No, and he has not done anything for the property towards the property.
The anything is not the crucial thing. Has that person visited the property over the last 12 years?
No.
Well, you could do the adverse based on that, but not just because you're paying the tax or you're alone paying the mortgage. Because that person was living there and not doing anything, you couldn't claim the adverse.
So adverse can be applied if the person acting neglect.
Not acting neglect really, but to say the person has abandoned the property. Not because they're not paying anything, but because they have abandoned it, they have not visited it or come there in the last 12 years.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks for that.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes.
The number to call is 922-411-325. 922-411-325. Two very interesting situations. So the first caller asked about what can make a will invalid. So it's very important when you're making your will that you make sure that, as I said to the caller, when you're signing it, 3 persons must be there, you and 2 witnesses. The witnesses don't have any right to read your will, but 3 persons must be there when the will is inside or it is not going to be valid. You're also to sign the will. If you can't sign it, you can make an X, or you can ask somebody to sign for you. So I'll sign Gloria Brown for John Brown. Provision is made for that. Or a lot of times, a lot of wills are forgery. The person who died did not make the will. And sometimes you have to call in handwriting experts to say that's not Gloria Brown's signature. You have to compare signatures. So it's always important to have handwriting, signatures or etc. of the person who has made the will, so a comparison can be made. But a will can't be invalid because you are saying Daddy never made anything, left anything for me, and before he died, he said he was going to give me the house. If you can't show that the will is a forgery, then you run into problems. You can't say the court won't overturn the will because of the content, because no provision was made. If no provision was made for you and you can show the court that you don't have the capacity, the father was supporting you because you have a mental challenges, etc., then they're not going to overturn the will, but the court can ask for provision to be made for you under the Inheritance Act. But you want to encourage persons to be careful what you sign. Because sometimes it's really Daddy's signature, but somebody has come to Daddy and said, Daddy, can you please sign this receipt for daughter can go and get the light, and daddy never know you were signing his will. So sometimes that's a part of the challenge. And I'm saying to a lot of persons, especially persons living outside of Jamaica, look about your older relatives and see what is happening. A lot of persons supporting the relatives out here, you don't know what is happening. Look about what is happening. And older persons, sometimes we are fine today and tomorrow we have dementia or Alzheimer's. Look about things while you have the capacity. You have your children, etc., or about transferring the property to them, adding their names to the title while you have the mental capacity, while you are still well. Because a lot of things, we see a lot of things that, sometimes really grieve us when we see what happened to some properties, to some family inheritances. So encourage persons. The second caller asked me about adverse possession, a joint tenant. Let's look back at the tenancy. That is why we haven't touched them. But remember, when, for example, if two persons own property as joint tenants, what that means is that when one dies, the other one will get it. If you're a tenant in common now, then each person will have a share and you can will your share to who you want to, etc. When you're a joint tenant, you still will your share, But you should say, if John should die before me, I give to. Or if Peter should die before me, I give to. For example, husband and wife are joint tenants. The husband's will should say, if my wife should die before me, I give the property to. And the wife's will should say, if my husband should die before me, because it depends on who lives the longer. That's the person's whose will is going to count. So the husband and wife have joint tenants and they have made a will. If John should die before me, Mary should die before me. John dies today, Mary dies tomorrow. It's who Mary willed the property to will get it, not who John has willed it to, because Mary died after John. That's important. I've said it before. If Mary and John should die at the same time and they are joint tenants, the law says the one who is younger died last. So if that's one beneficiaries would get the property. So those are some of the little nuances in the law that we need to be aware of. So that's looking at the situation in terms of joint tenancy. But what the gentleman asked, what if one joint tenant has abandoned the property, has not visited, has not contributed? Okay, the fact that the person has not been paying taxes is not really significant, that one has not paid. It's the fact that the person has not visited the property or occupied the property for the last 12 years. That's where you're going to claim the adverse. I'm going to spend a little time on the property tax after the break. But because your name is on a title is not enough protection. A lot of times we have persons in family situations, matrimonial home, and one party will just leave it because they can't get on. You might find that you leave it to your detriment, because if you leave it for 12 years, you might find you have lost your interest. So in situations like those, the best thing to do is to come to an agreement. If you can't come to an agreement, get the court to do a division of the property to say who is to get what. Because you go abroad for 12 years, the persons can take off your name. You won't even know when your name come off. You might not even know. So we encourage persons to keep an active interest in your property. Property tax will help because it will show that you have not really abandoned. You can show that I have been paying it. But visit the property. Take an active interest in it. And you can't get the property divided so you can get your share. That's very, very important to make note of. But don't just leave up the property and say, I'm going to leave it like that. It doesn't work like that. This is Land Solutions.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45.
You're listening to Land Solutions during both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with, anything at all to do with the sale or purchase of land. You've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113 to 5. That's 876-922-4113 to 5. The text line and the WhatsApp number for Land Solutions are one and the same: 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183. The text line, as we said, and the WhatsApp number are one and the same. The website is landsolutionsja.com, landsolutionsja.com. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com, Gloria at landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja, facebook.com/landsolutionsja. The law firm Brown, Findlay and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center, corner of Winchester Road and Halfway Tree Road in St. Andrew. They also have an office at Shop 6 upstairs, the Jamaica National Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. You're encouraged to call ahead instead of just turning up at the law offices of Brown, Findlay and Company. The numbers to call 876-908-1950, 876-908-1950, or 876-908-3518. That's 876-908-3518. You can, in fact, call the Ocho Rios law offices of Brown, Findlay and Company as well. That number is 876-974-6083, 876-974-6083. In fact, a lawyer is on duty at the Ocho Rios office every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Thursday. A lawyer is on duty at the Ocho Rios offices of Brown, Findlay and Company. Once again, here's attorney at law, Gloria Brown. Caller standing by to speak with you, Ms. Brown.
Thank you, Dervan. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yes.
Hello?
Go ahead. Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead, please.
Okay, my question is, if a bank hearing for you or a piece of land for you on a will, how do you go about obtaining your title with having no information, no land number, nothing of the sort?
Your background is a little noisy. So you're saying your parents died and left the but do you know where the property is?
Yes, I know where the property location is. Grandfather will estate.
All right. So what about has the will been probated?
Could you repeat that?
Has the will been probated? Do you know if the will has been probated?
I think so.
All right. So the executor needs to give you some papers so you can own the land. You need to transfer the land to you, and then you get it, and then you sort out. So the executor, having probated the will, needs to give you some documentation to show the land is now yours. Do you know who the executor of the will is? Caller, do you know who the executor of the will is?
It seems we lost that caller, Ms. Brown. Sorry about that.
No problem, Dervan. Thank you so much.
We have another, though.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Hear me?
Yes, sir. Good day.
I have a quick question. For the survey rule, you're saying that you should be present or visiting that property. But what if you don't have access to that property?
Well, a lot of times, people string you out for that very reason, So every time you go there, I set the dog or you or I run and play with a machete. Time is still running. So you need to start an action in court if you want time to stop running.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not good enough to say I tried to go there, but the person was big and bad. A lot of time persons do those things because they know time will run. Because if they are there undisturbed for 12 years, and disturbance is not going and making up noise or stoning the house or serving notice. Disturbance is to start an action in court. If you find you can't go there, go to the court and take out an action. Or its time is going to run against you. No excuse to say I could not go there.
Okay, understood.
All right. Thank you. Number to call 922-411-325. 922-411-325. And what the gentleman was asking me is, because I said that if you do not exercise any control over your property, you could lose it. He's asking, what if you can't go there? Suppose, for example, you're a spouse, you're the husband, and the wife is aggressive and you're afraid of her and you don't want to go there. That doesn't stop time running against you. Do something about it. Bring an action in court to get your share. So it's not enough to say I was afraid of the lady, so I couldn't go there. That's not going to count. Time is running in her favor. while you are there waiting. Numbers to call 922-411-325. And there's a famous Jamaican case called Wills and Wills. That's a case that went as far as the Privy Council. It was the same kind of situation with a joint tenancy, where one joint tenant went abroad to live and did not come for a certain period of time, and the court held that that person had lost their interest, even though they had a title in their name. So it's not enough to say, hey, I have a title. The title is in my name, I am protected. That's not enough. You have to exercise some amount of control, or else you're going to lose the property. Okay? If you don't exercise some amount of control, you're going to lose your interest in the property after 12 years. So exercise some control, or go to the court and get an order for the property to be decided. The numbers to call 922-411-225. And the text line or the WhatsApp line, you can send me a message, 387-3183. Okay, this person saying, I have an apartment that I would like to rent. How do I go about getting a rental agreement? You can go to any attorney. We would gladly assist you in getting an agreement. And that's something I want to encourage persons to. When you're renting out, leasing out your property, get a rental agreement properly done up. And every time it expires, get it done over. Because you need to have the terms. First of all, the agreement must say the person is not allowed to build a concrete structure. If they build a concrete structure, when they are leaving, the structure is yours. But things like those, so persons know what they are doing. And we do two. I know we are because of our background and our ancestry, or the oral tradition. The talking is important. So a lot of the agreements we make, we just talk them, and because when we start talking them, the relationship is good. It's afterwards that the relationship goes down. But even if it's your best friend, even if it's your parents, put it in writing. Write it down. Rental agreement must say what persons can do, what they can't do, under what terms the agreement will be terminated. All of those things. So when you have that kind of agreement and then problems come or you want back your property, it's easy when you serve the notice because you have the terms and persons understand exactly where they stand. The numbers to call 922-4113, 922-4114, and 922-4115. And the text line or the WhatsApp line is 387-3183. 387-3183. Good day, Ms. Brown. How long does it take to register a mortgage? Well, the first thing is that you have to stamp it at the stamp office, and then it has to go to the titles office. So I would say it could take 2 weeks. How long does it register a transfer of mortgage? It would be about the same thing as after you get the documents properly executed. I would say 2 weeks would be a reasonable time. Could run a week, more or less. But that should be about the time it should take. Because the stamp office would stamp it clearly. A mortgage is not something that is kept long. A stamp office and the titles office should take about the same time, a week for each. The numbers to call 922-4113, 922-4114, and 922-4115. The text line is 387-3183. 387-3183.
Both sides
Good
of
day,
the
Ms.
story.
Brown.
Good
Parents
afternoon.
have to give their children written permission for them not to claim adverse possession of
You have a
property.
question. I'm fine. You have a
That's a
question
very
for Ms. Brown?
interesting question. Because the thing is, if
All
you
right,
live
hold
there
on.
with your parents, for
Hold
you to
on,
claim
please. I'll give you an
adverse, you have to
opportunity to
show that
answer
you
the
don't
question.
have permission.
One moment, please.
No permission. So if you can show, it's very difficult for you to show that you're on your parents' property without their permission. So it could be a little bit of a challenge.
Sorry.
Yes, Dervan.
We have a caller for you.
Thank you, Dervan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, sir. And you?
Yes, give thanks. I wanted to know about the property lien. Let's say, for example, JP's company, when they were government owned, they had a lien on a property that I control. What are my rights?
Tim, what do you mean, a lien? You mean a caveat?
I'm not hearing you clearly. I don't know why.
Tell me what you mean by a lien. What do you mean by a lien? A caveat?
Yeah, I have not seen the document. document because there was some fraudulent operation. So I had to compromise. But they they had a lien from about 95 when it was government owned.
Tell me what you mean when you say they have a lien on the property. What do you mean by a lien? A mortgage or a caveat?
Well, to tell you something, I cannot tell you the technicalities, but they have a tower on the premises, you know?
Oh, they have a tower on the property. Okay, they have an easement. Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
So they have access and control over about 50 feet from the line.
Yes, that's going to be a little trouble. That's going to be a little troublesome for you to get anything because first of all, they will tell you that they are there long enough that they have an easement. Because if you're occupying a property for a certain period of time, you know, you have a right. So and those easements, I think after 7 years they would have had that easement.
Yes, but I compromised and signed some documents from 95, I think.
Right. Yes, so you would have given them permission.
Yes, but I mean, what happened is that I was advised by a lawyer for them to sign certain things like concessions and things like that, but they refused to do anything because they already started the tour.
Yes, but if you give them permission, they're not going to sign. Those are multinational corporations, you know, sir. They have the hand and you have the blade. You know, you've already given up that right and they're not going to move the tower. They're not going to pay for the land now when you gave them the easement and they gave you the $1 for it.
Yes, but if I'm about to sell the property, I'll have to sell it with the lien on it.
Yes.
And their right of way.
With the easement, yes, you have to. Yes, whoever buys it has to buy it with that. So you know, the land value is going to go way down.
Yes, and what I was advised is that I was supposed to get concession, and they was supposed to put a thing like a tray over the property so that if the wire falls, it doesn't fall on anybody. They refuse to do anything.
Is that what the agreement you signed said?
No, that is what I asked for, but they refuse to do anything.
Because you signed the agreement already and tell them they can do it and give you $1.
Because some people get concession discount on their light bill. But they weren't at liberty to give, not at liberty, they weren't in a mood to give anything at all. It was a take it or leave it because somebody had fraudulently give them permission.
Well, as I said, it all depends on what you sign. So you probably sign away all those rights. I don't see what you can do now because those companies are going to negotiate with us poor black people right now to give us any rights.
It was government when the time it was before the divestment.
Well, the same thing applies to government, you know, they're not going to negotiate with poor black people. So yes, I don't see where you're going to have any rights right here now. You have to sell as is and whoever buys with the easement.
All right.
Okay, sir.
So it is best to keep watch on your property before somebody give concession and you don't know.
No, but nobody else can give concession if it's not you. But you said you gave the concession.
No, somebody had given the concession on it.
And you signed it.
Sorry, Ms. Brown, we need to take a break.
Thank you, Dervan.
All right. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Coast to Coast Concrete, the high quality concrete for fencing, roofing, foundation, and road surfacing. Call 876-754-7472. The time by Coast to Coast Concrete is
3 o'clock. There's a retirement crisis in Jamaica, with only approximately 10% of the working population saving towards retirement. Many people do not participate in a formal pension plan, such as contract workers and the self-employed, and some are not eligible for a government pension. Every member of the workforce has the opportunity to participate in a pension plan and secure a monthly income for their retirement. Join Real Business every Monday at 9:30 a.m. for an informative discussion with Peter Rose Hall, Managing Director of BPM Financial, discussing the importance of retirement planning and the solutions to move Jamaica out of this crisis. Retirement Wealth Creation is brought to you by BPM Financial Limited, taking you higher.
You're listening to Land Solutions during both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. Land Solutions, the program where all your land-related matters are dealt with. Anything at all to do with the sale or purchase of land, you've come to the right place. Here are the numbers to call: 876-922-4113-5. 876-922-4113-5. The website is landsolutionsja.com, landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja, facebook.com/landsolutionsja. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com, gloria@landsolutionsja.com. The law firm Brown, Findlay and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center, corner of Winchester Road and Hope Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. They also have an office at Shop 6, upstairs the Jamaica National Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. You're encouraged to call ahead instead of just turning up. The numbers to call: the law firm Brown, Findlay and Company, 876-908-1950 or 876-908-3518. If you wish to call the Ocho Rios office direct, their number is 876-974-6083, 876-974-6083. And the lawyer is on duty every Thursday at the Ocho Rios offices of Brown, Findlay and Company from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Thursday. Once again, here's attorney at law, Gloria Brown. And Ms. Brown, here's a message on YouTube. Can you ask, well, this is from Dennis. Dennis says, good afternoon, Dervan. Can you ask Mrs. Brown if she has any plans on opening an office in Mandeville?
That's that. No, not at the moment, because I have a lot of clients from that end. And the thing is, in this new dispensation, the clients don't have to come and see me. Most of my clients, especially my overseas clients, I've never met them. I do their titles, I get their titles to them, I send it off to them. I've never met them because I'm not in an office will not prevent me from doing your title. Just send me a WhatsApp message. I'm trying to get a title. 387-3183, and I will sort it for you. I don't have to meet you. We have good courier services. We have good ways of transporting stuff. So I don't need another office in order to assist you anywhere in Jamaica, anywhere in the world, Dennis. So just contact me on my WhatsApp number, 387-3183, and tell me how I can help you. 387-3183. Persons can even send me a WhatsApp message now. 387-3183, and I will assist. The numbers to call now, if you want to talk to me, 922-411-325. The numbers to call, as I said, 922-411-325. And at the beginning of the program, I had said I wanted to talk a little bit about property tax. Because I don't know how I'm going to get Jamaicans to realize that paying taxes cannot make you the owner. And I decided to talk about that because I'm trying to respond to a text message. I've been living at a house for over 50 years, having been born there. My parents died over 30 years ago. Now, a brother who lives abroad has served notice on us, stating that he has been paying the property taxes all these years and is claiming the property. I want persons to understand, everybody listening here, that paying taxes cannot make you own property. I wish somebody would pay my taxes for me every year. But think about it. If you should decide to pay it for me every year, do you think you could own my property? Jamaicans, please wake up. Paying taxes. So a lot of persons are abroad paying taxes and don't realize they have lost their property, Because when somebody wants to do an adverse possession application, it is a relief to know that the taxes are already paid up. So when they are claiming your property, they don't have any taxes to pay because you have been kind enough to pay it. Or some persons running to the tax office and say, I'm going to pay the taxes here before somebody else pays it. How is that going to help you? It's possession that counts. So while you are paying the taxes, are you checking to see who is on the property? So you pay the taxes, I'm on the property. Who you think is the owner? The one who is on the property. Paying taxes cannot make you own property. When I'm trying to get a title for you, if you can give me all the old tax papers, fine. That would help me to show your possession. It should support your possession. But if you are the one, if you only can give me taxes and you are not the one who occupied the property, any title you get is going to be by fraud. But when I'm applying for the title, I don't have to say who is paying the taxes, or I can say the person who is paying the taxes, the previous owner, etc. What I have to say is who is occupying the property. So we have to get that out of way. So your brother who is abroad and claiming that he has been paying the taxes, so he's giving you notice. Any court he goes before, the judges will not take too kindly to it. But also, okay, I will have to knock this client a little bit, because many of us, especially those of us who are at home here in Jamaica, we sit complacent. We say, to use the church jargon, we sit at ease in Zion. And we on the land, and it's enough, because we don't have a problem, because we're eating and we're sleeping and we're going to work and we're going to church, so we don't have any problems. Until you go to pay the taxes and realize somebody has paid it already. Or so you get a notice, like in this instance. I'm saying to persons who are occupying land, we have been preaching this message for the last how many years. I'm saying to persons, do not wait until you are having a problem. Start looking about your property. Start looking about your title now, before challenges start. I said, just send me a simple message. All you have to say is title. All you have to say is title, and I know that you want me to assist you in getting a title. I'm begging you. This person is asking, good day, can a certified copy used to probate a will? Thanks. I'm not sure it's a certified copy of what? Of the will? So if you don't have the original will, then your attorney can go to court and get an order to prove the copy. So maybe you could just send a clarification to tell me what you're after, a certified copy of what? So I can answer you, in a better way. But I'm saying to persons, I've had persons who will probably come into the office and say, I'm the one paying the taxes. For example, they are in a yard, a big yard in town. And one person will come and say, I want to look about a title for the land because I'm the one paying the taxes.
Afternoon, Ms. Barnaby.
And when I start questioning them, there are 20, 30
so
people living on the property.
A
lot of the time, most persons are
common
squatters on this big property.
mistakes is to
Because
write
you're the one
notes
paying the
at my
taxes.
desk
You
and
think
leave
you
the
could get a
note
title
paper.
for the property all by yourself? No.
Writing notes at my desk
Or 20, or you would
and
have to
leaving
come
the
to make the
notes in
application.
place.
So paying taxes
So
cannot make you own property over those others who are living there, even though they're not paying
Gabriel,
any.
let me get that.
It's
Sorry.
occupation that counts when it comes to getting a title for property. So Jamaicans, please stop saying I'm the one paying the taxes, so I'm the owner. Always think of this. If you go and pay my taxes for me for the next 50 years, can you claim my property? Think about that. I'm living in my house and every year you pay the taxes. Could you come and serve notice on me to say I'm the one paying the taxes? It's your ridiculous.
What I have is,
paying taxes cannot make you owner of land.
And I also
You pay
have
the
a
taxes,
note
I live on the
Dr.
land. I have
Josie
the right.
Molino
Thanks for
Piano,
paying
who
the taxes.
accompanies Christopher Cox.
Numbers to
Trumpet
call
was unfortunately omitted from the
922-4113,
list of performers on the flyer.
922-4114, and 922-4115.
So I should mention him then,
what is
or
the
you will mention
add the
him.
name
I beg
to
your
a
pardon.
title? If somebody
Yes,
wants
Josie.
me to add the name to a title, what I would want from that person is a copy of the title, a copy of the property tax papers to show, because you have to show that it's paid up to date before you can do the transfer. So I want a copy of the title,
I was just checking
a copy
if
of the tax paper.
If I need to, if you will, when you're going through the list of performers,
address, occupation,
mention Josie
for
Molino.
everybody involved, those who are adding and those who are being added. Name, address, occupation,
and obviously Gabriel Walters, who's on the program.
So I can tell the person the cost.
Okay, just checking.
Remember,
the number again.
you need a TRN. Okay, I get the pushback all the time, but my children have never lived in Jamaica. If you live in Mars or Jupiter or Saturn and you want to add your name to a title,
so
you
much.
need
Sorry
a
about
TRN.
that.
And we get TRN for persons every
Talk to you later. Sure.
That's not a problem.
You're
So
welcome.
it's
Bye-bye.
not an excuse. And don't say I'm not putting on this one because I don't have a TRN. Let's get a TRN for the child. And if you come to Jamaica on vacation, please just walk into a tax office with your photo ID and get the TRN. It's one of the easy things. It's one of the things that don't stress you out. Getting a TRN is one of the easy things in Jamaica, I can tell you. So I send somebody for a TRN and in no time you have it. So don't use it as a reason for not adding your children. Get the TRN for them. And TRN, for those who don't know, is taxpayer registration number. It's a unique number that persons have to have. I'm not sure when the new numbers, the needs come on stream, if we still have the TRN. But for now, the taxpayer registration number, we need it in order to add or to take somebody from a title or to give somebody a property that has been willed to them. And doing business in Jamaica, you need this special, unique number called a taxpayer registration number, TRN. So you want to add the name of somebody to your title, I need a copy of the title, copy of the tax paper, I need to know the value of the property, and I need name, address, occupation, TRN. Of you of the person who is adding and the person being added. And remember, you can add anybody to a child. You can add a baby to a child who was born this morning. You can add the baby. But remember, when you add a minor to a child, anybody under 18, then the tax office is going to lodge a caveat preventing you from selling the property or borrowing money on the property. So if you're going to add a minor to your title, use what we call a reservation clause. So you're going to put the title to Gloria Brown and to Luke Brown, born on the 10th of June 2022, and you're going to put a clause. The law is going to put a clause reserving unto Gloria Brown during the infancy of Luke the right to sell the property or to mortgage the property as if she were the full owner. So that will mean while the child is a minor, you are free to sell the property, you are free to do whatever. And when you are doing these things and adding the children, put proper documentation in place to show that if you should borrow money or sell the property, then the child has no direct interest in the proceeds of the sale, because you might find that you could run into problems later. So all of these things we think about. And also remember that when you add these children to your title, sometimes it might prevent them from getting a full benefit from the National Housing Trust, because the trust might say they already own property. So these are some of the things that you need to consider when you're thinking of adding your children to your title. And another practical thing you need to consider is that sometimes some of these children are very troublesome. You add them to the title and they become a nightmare. Remember, some time ago we had this situation where a lady transferred her property to her daughter and the daughter served her a notice to leave the property. So sometimes when in doubt, when you're not so sure, make a will. Because you can change the will. You can write it today and the child won't have any manners this afternoon and you write over another one this evening. That's the thing with the will. When you add somebody to your title now, you can't just take them off unless you have their permission. And you might come and say, well, Miss Brown, they never even know that I add them. And you can add persons without them knowing, because persons don't always have to sign. But when you put them on, it's easy to put them on, but it's very hard to take them off. So be careful who you put on your title. Be careful. When in doubt, make a will. Very, very important. And please remember, we have an office in Halfway Tree, Winchester Business Center, Shop 39. And also, we have an office in Ocherios. And I will be in Ocherios this Thursday between 10 and 1. So give me a call, send me a message, call the office in Kingston 908-1950 to schedule your appointment. This is Land Solutions.
The NWC Contact Center, serving you in so many ways. Call 888-225-5692 or 888-CALL-NWC. The time by the NWC is 3:15.
Calling all Jamaican business operators. Meet the world at Montego Bay Convention Center June 13 to 17 at AICE 2022. Small, medium, and large enterprises, this conference is for you. Capitalize on prospective investors and hear world-class speakers at the 8th World Free Zone Organization's annual International Conference and Exhibition AICE, June 13 to 17, Montego Bay Convention Center. Reduced rates for local business operators. Register now at AICE2022.com.
Physical activity boost your brain power. Enough energy to push the grades them higher. Play ring games, abstract shandy. Physical activity increase your memory. Preparing the exam and you feel stress. Take a walk, almost a one stretch. Can't do an hour, just try do something. Movements feel stronger, bones and muscle we have. More joy of enjoyment, long life, active 60 minutes a day. More joy of enjoyment, long life, active 60 minutes a day.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Farmers, farm store owners, Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited has all the answers for your farming needs. Tune in every Wednesday during Farm Talk for the feature Farming Today, as we educate you on how to farm smarter. That's Farming Today, every Wednesday during Farm Talk, 6:18 to 6:45 a.m. Brought to you by Caribbean Chemicals Jamaica Limited, 2 East Ashenheim Road, Kingston.
It's the final segment of Land Solutions for today. Get in those questions now before we wrap today's edition of Land Solutions. Any question at all that you have in relation to the sale or purchase of land, now would be a good time to get through to us here in the studios of Paro 106 FM. The numbers to call Land Solutions, 876 922-4113-5. 876-922-4113-5. The text line for Land Solutions is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-387-3183. 876-387-3183. The website is landsolutionsja.com. landsolutionsja.com. The email address is gloria@landsolutionsja.com. gloria@landsolutionsja.com. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/landsolutionsja, facebook.com/landsolutionsja. The law firm Brown, Findlay and Company is headquartered in Suite 39 of the Winchester Business Center, corner of Winchester Road and Hope Road in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew. They also have an office at Shop 6 upstairs, the Jamaica National Building in Ocho Rios, St. Anne. In fact, there's a lawyer on duty at the Ocho Rios offices of the law firm Brown, Findlay and Company every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every Thursday. The law offices of Brown, Findlay and Company are looking forward to accommodating you as they usually do. But they ask that you call ahead instead of just turn up. 876-908-1950 or 876-908-3518. We see a call coming through from Florida on our text line, same as the WhatsApp number. Let's just do a quick check, Ms. Brown, to see if this is a call pertinent to Land Solutions. Hello, good afternoon. Would you like to be on Land Solutions this afternoon? Oh, commercial break perhaps in 11 minutes. Thank you so much, Dervan. Sure, take care. And that was, as we said earlier on, this is Diaspora Week. That's a call straight out of the diaspora. Sorry about that. Ms. Brown, over to you for this final segment of today's edition of Land Solutions.
Thank you, Dervan. So the earlier question from the caller has clarified to say it's a certified copy of the will. I'm not sure who has certified it. But even a copy of the will, if it's certified by, suppose, for example, it was probated abroad and it's certified by the court abroad, then yes, all we have to do is use the certified copy and make an application to reseal it in the Jamaican court. So what you would have to do is to ask the court that probated it abroad to certify a copy, and then we reseal that copy and the probate here in Jamaica. You don't have to do over the probate anywhere abroad. So if it's just a photocopy or something, just a JP copy, and you can't find the original, we can apply to the court for an order to prove the copy will. And when the court gives that order, then we go ahead and probate the copy. So a copy is good, which is why I'm encouraging persons. Do not take your papers to a lawyer and just walk out of the lawyer's office. Anything you give your lawyer, get a copy, especially a we can't replace. So when you say the will is lost, it's as if the person died without a will. So it's extremely important. Everything you give your attorney, get a copy. For example, person's titles. I don't take a title until I am ready for it. So I'm doing a probate for you. I take a copy. When I ask you for that title, I'm ready to go to the title's office. You know I don't want it for more than a couple of weeks or maybe sometimes days. But anything you are taking, the receipts that you're giving the lawyer to apply for the title, get copies. Anything can happen to your lawyer. Anything can happen to your lawyer's office. Anything can happen to the documents at the title's office. Keep copies of everything. Very, very, very important. I see a client has just sent me the word title, and I know that what you're asking me for, you want to apply for a title. So I sent off the relevant information to your WhatsApp number. What if I have a title and rent the property and I give a receipt? Can the person claim the property? No. Which is why I've always said it is sad, but the squatter is in a position than the lessee. The person who is leasing property is in a worse position than a squatter. Because as long as you are paying lease, you can't get person's property. But if you stop paying the lease for 12 years, you can claim it. And that is why I'm saying to persons, even if you leave your relatives on the land, let them pay. The old people used to talk about the peppercorn rent. Let them pay you $1 a year and give them a receipt for the dollar. But let them pay something, because as long as a person is paying, they can't claim adverse possession. Because adverse possession means that the person is occupying the property without permission. If it's your sister or your brother, they could always say, hey, nobody gave me permission. My sister just went abroad and leave the house and I moved into it, because you have nothing in writing to show. So persons, sometimes the very caretaker you have left to look after the property claim adverse possession, because they are saying, you never gave me permission to look after any property. I just went there. And I always say to my clients as well, you're sending money to persons to look after the property. Don't just give a friend coming down here the money. Send it to them by some courier company where you have a tracking system where you can say, hey, so if you are there without permission, how is it every month I send you this money to such and such a company and I see where you collected it? Formal, like let us be more formal in how we're dealing with things in 2022. Because the reality is that persons have become knowledgeable. A lot of persons listen to this program, and not just persons with good intentions, but persons with not so good intentions sometimes. And also, I've said it before and I say it again, there is something called a land grab. I've been saying it from sometime last year. There's a land grab taking place in this country. Persons are going after property. They see a property, they don't know the owner. Okay, they start it out, and before you look around, things are happening. Protect your property. Diaspora, we Dervan is saying, and I want to talk to persons out there in the diaspora, and I'm saying to you, all of you, protect the great-grandfather's property. The grandfather's property, the father and mothers and the grandmother and great-grandmother. Because a lot of these persons work so hard. It was not like now where things are easy compared to a lot of them bought these properties in times when ordinary people could not own land. They struggled, and you are going to walk away and let squatters take it over. It's better for you to look after the tithes and sell it and use the money where you are living, but don't just abandon the property that your forebears have fought and worked so hard for. Some people like Paul go to walk from Moran Bay to Spanish Town because they couldn't get a little piece of land to do a little farming. So I'm asking us, let us look about the heritage. Let us look about let us protect the inheritance that has been left for us. A lot of persons are, you might even have your great grandparents' graves on some of these land, the squatters who are taking them over. I've had a situation where people have just gone and bulldozed on the relatives to graves and build houses. We are living in a society, first of all, that is lawless. And it is so evident in the land practices. Might is right. So people will just come and say, I can just take away your land. I can just go and build anywhere I want. So the type is 5 feet from the boundary, but Mr. Brown house is touching the boundary, and I have to show him that my house must be bigger than his own. So not am I'm going to touch the boundary from top to bottom, and then I'm going to put 3 stories on top, even though I live alone. Just to compare, okay? And a lot of time we are competing with people that it doesn't even matter what the opinion of these people are, the opinions are, but we have to compete. And that is so unnecessary. So I'm saying to persons, I'm saying to those from the diaspora listening to me, how about coming to find the properties that belong to your forefathers and see if you can sort out these properties? And I'm saying to the older generation listening to me, bring the younger generation into the know. Let them know about the property. I have people calling me from abroad. My mother had a piece of land in Central, but I don't know where in Central, but can you find it for me? I wouldn't know how to find it. But mother told them nothing. I'm begging the older generation to let the present generation know about what is happening. Let them know my father's piece of land was in Jackson beside so and so. Get a little visit, get it surveyed, give them even a little survey diagram. But at least when you have the diagram, a surveyor can find it. And also to the older generation, I beseech you, my brothers and sisters, make the wills. Write it down. A short pencil, as a listener told me early in this program, a short pencil is better than a long memory. Memories die, memories go bad. Write it down. Make a will. We need to come out of this mindset to say if I write a will, I'm going to die. What does that mean? If you don't write it, you're going to live forever. Write it down. We are the only people saying such rubbish. A lot of times you say, Daddy made a will and Daddy made after I met the will and just died. So Daddy died because Daddy waited until he was dying to make the will. It's not the will to kill him. So we need to stop this thing and look about so we can leave each generation more prosperous. Because the sad thing about us, a lot of persons, is that we are letting each generation start over. Every generation starting over the cycle, so they're starting from scratch, so we're not advancing. So I'm begging my listeners. Remember, you can call me in my office. You can call my office, make an appointment. The office, you're going to call the numbers 876-908-1950 or 908-3518. 908-1950 or 908-3518. We're going to call and make an appointment if you want to talk to me. If you want to get a title, you don't have a title for the land, survey it right away, please. Or just send me a text message. Just say title. Just say title and I will know what you want and I will send you the information. Because things are taking a little long these days, taking long to get things. So I'm begging persons to start the process now. Start the surveying. Start looking about the title. Write the will. And remember, you don't have to wait to sort out the title to write the will, because the land is yours and sometimes it's not going to be sorted out for now because you bought it kind of troublesome, so it's going to give some trouble. But it's yours, so write the will. Don't wait. Don't wait until it is sorted out. Remember, I'm in my Ocherios office, which is in the Jamaica National Building, the heart of Ocherios. Just give a call. Just give me a call in office 908-1950 or 908-3518 or the Ocherios office, and we will assist you. 974-6083 is the Ocherios number, or just send me a WhatsApp message, 387-3183. 387-3183, and we'll gladly assist you. I want to take the time to say thanks to Dervan. Happy Diaspora Week. I know Dervan is a diaspora person who has really kept Jamaica abroad into the know and into the link. And I want to encourage all the listeners this afternoon to let us sort out our situation so we can have a title and have a little piece of the rock. Thanks to Adrian Reed, if Adrian is the person there today, and thanks again to everyone listening. Have a wonderful day.
Importers, provide proper invoices for customs when presenting goods for examination. This could prevent delays during clearance. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:30. PSOJ's Crime Stop Jamaica 311 unsolved. We need your help to solve the brutal murder of Ricky Shrimpy Bailey. 5:10 a.m. Wednesday, January 1, 2020. Mr. Bailey had just left a New Year's party at Sabina Park when he was attacked and shot to death. Crime Stop Jamaica and concerned citizens are offering a total reward of $800,000 for information leading to the arrest and charge of those responsible. Call Crime Stop Jamaica 311. Solving crime pays.
Paul 106 FM salutes and celebrates fathers on Father's Day, Sunday, June 19. Join Daddy Foss when he presents to Dad with Love from 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. as he takes your calls, plays music to honor fathers, and does giveaways. To Dad with Love is brought to you by Chad Distributors, home of the Maxis Tires, your place to
Can you get these
retire.
two for me, please?
KFC, feel the
Coming up.
KFC and ignite your senses with KFC. LS Duane, the electrical people. J&B Bank will help you find a way. Pioneer Manufacturing, make your dog a happy dog with ProPet. The insurance company of the West Indies Limited at ICWI, serving you is all we do. And the Jamaica Public Service Company, powering what matters. That's To Dad with Love with Daddy Foss on Power 106 FM, Sunday, June 19, Father's Day, right here on Power 106 FM.
I think I'll call this man father. Color him love. I think I'll color him love. Color him love. Said I'm gonna color him
Sides of the story.
We want to help save precious lives by creating greater awareness about safe driving practices. This Thursday, June 16, Power 106 FM will bring you another in our series of road safety broadcasts. Join both sides of the story with host Dervan Malcolm, 2 to 5 p.m. for a live broadcast from the St. Anne's Bay Examination Depot. This broadcast is brought to you by Island Traffic Authority, Road Safety Unit, Transport Authority, and Massive Used Parts and Super Value Auto Center Limited. That's a live broadcast of both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm this Thursday, June 16, 2 to 5 p.m. from the St. Anne's Bay Examination Depot, right here on Power 106 FM.
Farmers, come for a candid conversation with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Colonel Charles Jr. Learn more about the agricultural sector and the role we all play with its development. That's a Morning with the Minister, every second and fourth Friday of every month during Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
It's Diaspora Week, Jamaican Diaspora Week 2022. Diaspora Day is Thursday, the 16th of June. Thank you so much for joining us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Good afternoon to Golden Brown, Anthony Davis, Velta Wilson in St. Thomas. Says she's having internet challenges, so she's in and out, she says. I will have to listen on the radio. Well, the choice is yours. Sorry to hear you're having internet troubles, Velta Wilson in St. Thomas. Errol Curtis is in Maryland in the USA. He says, good evening, educator, the people's voice, Mr. Dervan Malcolm. Errol and Tambra checking in from Maryland, USA. Good to have you both on board. Welcome. Faye Weller says, blessed afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. To you too, Faye Weller. Inez Ayona Campbell, good afternoon to you too. She is somewhere between, is it Connecticut and Jamaica. Norman Hines, good afternoon to you in St. Thomas. Good to have you on board. And Jeannie Chambers, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you join us. And Asha Ash is in London, England, saying, trying to keep up with you. Well, you're doing well, Asha Ash. All the best. Thank you very much. And keep those comments coming in. We are one day away from the start of the Jamaica 69th Biennial Diaspora Conference. And we are also 6 days away from Father's Day, Sunday, the 19th of June. And one of the most anticipated events over the years has been Classics in June. And who better to tell us all about this year's Classics in June as we continue that build-up than Larice Barnaby, who is being joined by Gabriel Walters. Larice Barnaby is a member of the executive of Soroptimist International Jamaica, Kingston. That's the organization that is seeking once again to raise funds in support of charities right here in Jamaica. And we'll hear more about that. But first, let's welcome uh, uh, Ms. Barnaby, who is also, I believe they say, a flautist. Ms. Barnaby, good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Dervan, and good afternoon to all your listeners. I'm very well, thanks. And you?
I am doing well, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much for having me and Gabriel. And you're right, it is flautist.
Thank you very much. So, Gabriel Walters, thank you for joining us as well. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
I am fine, thanks. Thank you so much. Larice Barnaby, for those who are excited, and there are many of those because COVID-19 intervened and caused some adjustments here and there as far as Classics in June is concerned. But looks like 2022, as in Sunday coming, the 19th, Father's Day, is the day when Classics in June makes a classical comeback.
Indeed, you've put it so beautifully, Dervan. Yes, this year it will be Classics in June 2022, the hybrid edition, because we'll be having, of course, in the space, persons can come back. Yes, it is true, ladies and gentlemen, face to face.
Yes.
And for those who are, well, who prefer to stay home and watch, and those who are abroad, we have it live streamed on the Zoom platform.
Mm-hmm. And this, what number staging is this? It's been going on for quite some time, hasn't it?
This is the 17th. It would have been the 18th, but in 2020, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we had to not stage that year. And last year was, of course, a virtual edition.
Yes.
But this is our 17th Classics in June.
Mm-hmm. Can you remind those of us who know and enlighten those who don't as to the essence of the organization hosting this event? Soroptimist International, Jamaica, Kingston.
Well, let me say a few words about the Soroptimist International. We are a worldwide body of volunteer organizations. There are 5 federations. There's Africa, which is very new, that was inaugurated in 2020. America, Europe. There is South Pacific, and there's SIGBI, the one which we depend, the SI of Great Britain Island. Now, our club, the Kingston Club, is one of 5 clubs, and we are celebrating our big 6-0 at Jamaica.
No, hey, the event just got bigger. Goodness.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. And we're actually on the kind of events for this year, right? So yes, so we, as I said before, it's I may have said that it's a volunteer organization for women in the professions and in business.
Right.
And so our mandate is to help improve the lot of women and girls.
All right, hold it there for the time being. Let's hear from Gabriel Walters, who is quite an accomplished musician, performer. In fact, I was reading your CV, Gabriel Walters. It very, very impressive. You've been playing the violin since age 7.
Yes, I have.
Is that so? You you just had a natural affinity, or just you were drawn to it, or were you forced to play the violin?
It was more that I was drawn to the violin because I started on the piano first, but I took more of an interest in the violin as I got older.
Why?
I just like how the instrument sounded. I like how it felt, and I like playing it. I like that I could basically play any song that I heard. I could play it on the instrument after a while.
Yes.
So I was happy about that.
And you have taken it to a higher level in terms of being accredited and recognized.
Yes, so I've done some exams, namely the licensure from Trinity College, and I aced that with distinction. And I'm also looking at pursuing a master's in music performance.
Yes.
As well.
And the music is not all you do, is it?
I've also done a degree in marine biology.
Mhm.
However, in this current time, I'm taking the music a little bit more forward. So I've been doing teaching, performing, and also composing to an extent.
Oh, excellent. And will we be treated to any of those compositions this weekend?
So funnily enough, one of my pieces I'll be performing at Classics in June is called the Jamaica Suite, which is basically 5 short pieces for violin and piano.
Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Looking forward to hearing that. So, can you give us an idea, Larice Barnaby, of the kind of support? I mean, sometimes events when there is a bit of a break or a lull, it makes coming back a little harder, etc. I get the impression that you have hit the ground running as far as Classics in June 2022 is concerned.
Indeed. But we have been very fortunate with regard to our sponsors. We have, I'll give you the list.
Sure.
We have of course, right, when I'm about to give you the names, I have a little, Kingston Freeport Terminals Limited. There is Total Energies back in Jamaica. There's NCB. There's Tyner Cove, the Treatment Room, Origin Juices, and General Food, the supermarket giving us some water. So those are our sponsors. Did I leave anybody? I don't think I did.
Yes. And give us now. So we know it's Sunday, Father's Day.
Yes.
What time and where?
Okay, time is 5 p.m. Place at the Church of the Ascension, 1A Daisy Avenue, Mona Heights.
Mhm. And what can you tell us about the other? Clearly, we're delighted to have Gabriel Walters join us this afternoon, but there are other performers who are on the lineup, aren't there?
Yes, there are. Oh, but before I give you that lineup, I have to mention I did leave it up for the French embassy, and I have to say to them that the ambassador and his wife, His Excellency Olivier Guillaume and Madame Bouli Guillaume will be our patrons, and then their daughter will be attending the event. So we're just so thrilled and happy.
As you say in France, ooh la la.
Exactly. Ooh la la. Let me give you the lineup of our team.
Yes.
We have Andrew Marshall, who is our headliner, in alphabetical order. There is Santorini Deli Arcangeli. There's myself. There's Christopher Cox. There is alphabetical order. There's Michael Gordon, Yanni Leiber E. Banks, Chris McLeod Nevers, Dwight McBean, Josie Merlino, Sean Richards, Gabriel Walters, and Stephen Woodham.
Yes. And Gabriel, can you give us a sense of what your general preparations are like? I mean, when you have a major event such as this Classics in June, how soon do you start preparing? And don't you have other things that you do, or as you say, you're focusing more on music now, so you're giving it everything?
Yeah, so I perform with other groups and other events. So in terms of doing other things, I have that aspect. But in terms of like concerts, I will start preparing like a couple of months in advance by myself, learning the music, learning notes and so on, before going into rehearsal if I'm performing with other people, such as a pianist or a quartet, I'll go into rehearsals with them like a few weeks before the event. So it's not like I'm preparing like in the week before or the night before. Something like that to be planned.
Thank you for that information, because some people think you just turn up and start playing. Don't move. One moment, please, listeners. We're giving you a preview, continuing the build-up to Father's Day for Classics in June, put on by Sir Optimist International, Jamaica, Kingston.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, giving you a preview of classics in June, which is scheduled for Father's Day, put on by Seroptimist International Jamaica Kingston. They are as old as Jamaica. Yes, 60. It's a big year for them as well. And Larice Barnaby is representing Seroptimist International Jamaica Kingston herself, a performer, an accomplished flautist in her own right. And one of my former French teachers. Don't tell her I told you. And and also online we have Gabriel Walters, who just gave us an insight into preparation for an event of this nature. After all, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And he has made that quite clear without even saying it. And so this is our homegrown composer. Now that's a big deal because you have done this in the year when we celebrate Jamaica 60, and we're also celebrating 60 years of Seroptimist International Jamaica Kingston. What can we expect in terms of the flavor of your compositions, which will be on show on Sunday afternoon starting at 5 at the Church of the Ascension at 1A Daisy Avenue in Mona, St. Andrew, for those who will be able to be physically on location. And of course, those who will be on the live stream. What can we all expect come Sunday at Classics in June, Gabriel, in terms of your own compositions?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the piece comprises of 5 short pieces, like about a minute each, minute to 2 minutes each, and it's based for the violin and the piano. So it's basically based on folk material. So the typical folk songs that you hear in Jamaica. So there's 5 pieces. The first one being the Royal Court, which is made basically to depict the pirates calling Port Royal their home in the 17th and 18th century. Mm-hmm. Second piece being titled Sunshine Dance, basically having a dance feel resembling some folk songs. The third piece being called Evening Time. It's like a soft waltz. Mm-hmm. It's nature. Fourth piece being called Carrier, which is the Taino word for moon. And last one not least, the fifth piece being called Manga Dance.
Oh, that's special. That's special. I'm sure you'll agree, Larice Barnaby, in this year of 60s. 60 for Seroptimist International Jamaica Kingston and 60 for Jamaica Land We Love.
Indeed, I do. And I have to add also, Dervan, that we are planning to have, shining a light on Jamaican composers, established and up and coming. Where Gabriel is an up and coming one, and where Andrew Marshall, who is the headliner, he's a pianist, but he's also a composer, arranger, choir director. To be hearing some of his compositions, and I've seen them because I have to say some of the performances will be on video, but I'll speak more about that shortly. And,
yes, isn't that the same Andrew Marshall who was involved with the creation of that, what do you call it now, for Morant Bay Rebellion, was it?
That's the same one.
Oh.
Yes. The very same one, yes. And we'll be having some of Peter Ashburn's compositions on show. Mm-hmm. And also Pauline Gordon has written a piece which you will hear. So this is that the accent is on, as I said before, established and up-and-coming composers, really, with regard to Jamaica 60, And I mentioned that, so as I said, I was intrigued when I heard of Gabriel's composition. I said to him, oh, Jamaica Sweet, that'd be great for Classics in June. And he was very happy, to say, yes, I will be there.
Absolutely.
And I have to say that's where the most presentations will be live, but some will be recorded. Dr. Marshall, for example, he not maybe in Jamaica. He's had to send video recordings. Christopher Cox is a young American trumpeter, and he's accompanied by Jose Merlino. But he's also video performance. And there will be one from the archive for the very first recorded Classics in June. The first CIJ was in 2005, but the first recorded was 2006. And so we have chosen one items from the archives from that concert. I will not tell you what it is, but it's lovely.
You're not going to let the proverbial puss out of the bag, as they say in Jamaica.
It's a fabulous piece. And then I myself, my piece will be recorded because Matt Bean and I are collaborating, and he's also doing solo work. However, the very day of Classics in June, he has to be at another church.
Oh.
So we've had to
clone him.
We've had to clone him. I guess the next best thing, recording it beforehand. So there will be some pieces that will be on video, and the church has screens. The reason why I chose that particular venue, but most things will be live.
Wonderful. Now, what about the tickets now for those who, who are going to be who plan to be physically at Church of the Ascension at 1A Daisy Avenue, I beg your pardon, in Mona, and those who are going to be on the live stream? What do they need to know? What do they need to do in terms of tickets?
Okay, tickets are $2,500. Now you can get the tickets. They'll be sold at the door, of course, on the day, but you can get them right now. There are 3 outlets. There's Music Mart, South Avenue. There is Fontana, Waterloo, and Fontana, Barbican.
Okay.
Right? You can go, and those tickets are for those who wish to attend the live concert at Church of the Ascension. With regard to the live stream on the Zoom platform, you have to go to classicsinjune.com. That's all lowercase, one word, classicsinjune.com, and you get to the payment platform, and the costs they are the same, $2,500 Jamaican dollars, and for those abroad, $25 US.
Okay, great. And so we look forward. What about you, Gabriel? Do you have a favorite apart from your own work and your own compositions? Is there any performer you're looking forward to hearing, or any piece you're looking forward to hearing at Classics in June on Sunday?
Well, I'm looking forward to all the performances, obviously. But of course, my old teacher will be there, Stephen Woodham. So I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say.
I understand that. I can quite understand that. So this is it. So as we get ready to wrap, then Larice Barnaby, here's a reminder, listeners. Sir Optimist International Jamaica Kingston is 60 years old this year. It's their 60th year, like Jamaica. They're as old as Jamaica. And they're staging Classics in June, which is a classical edition, a hybrid edition with both on location physical attendees and virtual attendees. That's going to be quite special. The Church of the Ascension, 1A Daisy Avenue in Mona, St. Andrew. It's happening on Father's Day. If you haven't decided on a treat for Dad yet, well, you still have a little time to take Dad to make arrangements to take Dad to Classics in June, or for Dad to enjoy Classics in June from the comfort of the home or anywhere else for that matter. It starts at 5 o'clock on Sunday. And as we wrap, Ms. Barnaby, please, is there anything else you don't want us to forget?
Well, 2 things. Well, I have to say that we will have, the MC, a really well-known person as our MC who has been doing that job for many, many years. And we're very grateful to that MC, Dervan.
Who's that? Never heard of him.
Do you know him?
Never heard of him.
And we're happy to have again, Dervan.
Yes, we're looking forward.
And also our beneficiaries.
Yes.
The Shopwood United Church Early Childhood Development Center, the Redis Children's Home, and the Optimist Women's Embroidery Enterprise Empowerment project.
Excellent. No, that's a lot of work there just by listing those three charities. And as former Prime Minister Siaga once said, it takes cash to care. And so we hope that you are able to raise enough funds as necessary, as needed, in order to support those charities you just listed. So an extra special opportunity for those of us who are going to be treating Dad, that we're doing so knowing that the funds that we contribute towards, that we contribute, will go towards charity as well. That's lovely. That is lovely. Well, we want to thank you very much for the work that you continue to do. You're quite a mobilizer, Larice Barnaby. You seem to be able to get people to do almost anything, almost.
It's gonna be to say, and the folks that are supposed to come in their numbers, both in person and online, have a fabulous evening.
Yes.
And while having a fabulous evening, they'll be giving some great coffee.
Absolutely. And Gabriel, we're proud of you. You continue to rise to the occasion, and you're so prepared that when the moment arises, when the opportunity comes beckoning, you are ready, as you are right now, from all indications. We look forward to enjoying your presentation as well as all the other presentations on Father's Day.
Thank you, and I look forward to presenting my work.
Excellent. Great. Thank you both so much. Enjoy the rest of the afternoon, and we'll see you in a few days.
Thank you so much, Dervan, for the opportunity.
It's been a pleasure. Take care, both of you. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We just gave you a preview of classics in June. It would have been their 18th year of staging this event, but COVID-19 intervened initially in 2020, and so there was no classics in June. And so it's the 17th. So it's the 17th staging of Classics in June. And remember, when you purchase a ticket for Classics in June, you're helping to support charities. Some 3 charities at least, as announced by Larice Barnaby a short while ago. And we're standing by now for a continuation of the build-up to another big event happening this week. In fact, as we've been saying, this is Diaspora Week. Thursday the 16th is Diaspora Day, and it's time for the Jamaica 69th Biennial, the 9th Biennial Diaspora Conference, the Jamaica 60 Hybrid Edition. And after the break, we are going to be hearing from Jamaica's Consul General, who is based in Miami, Florida. Consul General Oliver Mayer is going to be joining us when we come back from this break here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM. Leslie McEwen, good afternoon to you. Sophia Nemard in Newell, St. Elizabeth, good to have you on board. And Jennifer Stewart is at Q Road in Kencott, East Central, St. Andrew.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 4 heures. 现在几点了？4点. 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. How about that? Checking in with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Here's a reminder, calling all Jamaicans around the globe. Are you in? That's the question. Are you in? Hashtag Operation Diaspora, hashtag JA60. Are you ready for this? It's the 9th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference, the Jamaica 60 Hybrid Edition. Reigniting a Nation for Greatness. It starts tomorrow morning, bright and early. Registration wide open. If you need more information, go to www.mfaft.gov.jm /JA60 Diaspora CONF. So that's www.mfaft.gov.jm /JA60 Diaspora CONF, conference for short. It starts tomorrow morning, bright and early, and goes until the 16th, Thursday, the 16th of June, which is Jamaica Diaspora Day. And what backing and support from the official legacy partners, Grace Kennedy, as they celebrate a century. Jamaica National, more than 140 years and counting. VM Group, more than 140 years and counting as well. And of course, the Best Dressed Chicken. They're all up for Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference. We're trying to connect in the meantime with Mr. R. Oliver Mayer. Mr. R. Oliver Mayer, Jamaica's Consul General in Miami, Florida. And we're not surprised. The man is busy. You should see his itinerary. It's crazy, but hopefully we'll be able to connect with him before we have to wrap at 5. In the meantime, though, we encourage you to go to mfaft.gov.jm to register for the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference, the 9th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. And we should tell you, let's see if we can bring up the program for you, but it's going to be quite a program. In fact, you should know if you did, there's just so many there's just a lot of information we have to share with you. Hold on there. We should tell you, where is it? We should tell you that the keynote speaker, if you haven't been following the build-up, the keynote speaker is from Microsoft. Microsoft is huge, right? Well, there is a Jamaican who is very well placed at Microsoft. Very, very well placed at Microsoft. And she will be the keynote speaker at the Jamaica 69th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. She is Jackie Wright, and the right one for the job. Just right, because she's Jamaican, right? Jacky, Jacky, Wright, Wright. She is Chief Digital Officer at Microsoft. Now, come on, Jamaicans, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, Chief Digital Officer. In other words, she is the number one digital officer at Microsoft. She's a global technology influencer. And importantly for us, she is Jamaican, and a proud one at that. Hashtag Operation Diaspora, hashtag JA60. And so we're looking forward to her presentation. But you have to register. You have to register. There is no charge. You would have heard by now. No fees, no charge. You would have heard that by now. You just need to log on. You just need to register. Just register. And the registration is important because it provides information that allows the organizers to tailor make this Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference to suit the needs of Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. They're hoping to have at least 5,000 people online, at least 5,000 people logged on, in addition to those who are going to be physically on location in a limited way in Kingston Hall at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade on the waterfront, overlooking the 7th largest natural harbor in the world. Do we have more? Of course we have more. Of course we have more. Here's a little jingle here. Let's see if we can bring up this jingle from Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. Coming up in just a moment, one of the teasers as we get ready for this conference. Let's see, are we ready? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Come on, technology, don't mess with us now. All right, okay, coming up. Loading.
Hi guys, my name is Ngozi Music, right? And I'm from the Super Twins, and I just want to invite you guys to come on down to the Diaspora Conference in June.
All right, listen to Ngozi, child poet Ngozi, encouraging us to get together. Let's get together and feel all right. All right. So that's coming up starting tomorrow morning, bright and early. And you make sure you're online and ready. There, we have some more information for you now with respect to the actual program of activities and what you can expect. This is the official Jamaica Diaspora Conference program that we're about to share with you. Look at all these messages still pouring in. Natalie Winter, she is both on Facebook and on our text line, which doubles as our WhatsApp number. She just can't get enough. Natalie Winter, good afternoon to you. We'll come to you on the phone in a moment. Herman Bowie Bailey says, hello, Mr. Malcolm. To you too, Herman Bowie Bailey. Natalie Winter herself says, good afternoon, all. Pleasant viewing from Washington Gardens. Big up all in the USA, Canada, and UK, and the Middle East. Carol says, good afternoon, Dervan and listeners. Good afternoon, Carol. Still in Jamaica. I told you, Carol is not going back to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. She is falling in love again, all over again with the land of her birth. Mikey Jarrett says, Monday afternoon blessings and blessed love, Dervan Malcolm from Brooklyn, New York. Welcome, Mikey Jarrett and all the other Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica in Brooklyn, New York. Oh, really? Somebody purporting to be Kim Kardashian is on our YouTube stream. Really? Now, that would be a shocker. That's what I'm seeing. It says Kim Kardashian, and then the message is per, P-U-R-R-R. All right. Well, good afternoon to all those who are online. How about that? Let's continue. Let's hear from Natalie Winter. She obviously has something to say. Natalie Winter, good afternoon to you. So you have messaged us and you have called us as well. So you definitely want to make sure that we don't miss you at all and you don't miss the opportunity to talk with us. Go ahead, please.
that is true, and we can't get enough of the diaspora conference. What I'm asking you, Dervan, will the conference be streamed live on YouTube, on Facebook?
The situation is dynamic. Let's see now. It is going to be live, I think, on, I think, JIS for sure.
Yes,
I think PBCJ, that's a Public Broadcasting Corporation. And I'm getting messages as we speak. I'm just reading something here to confirm. Wednesday, all right. So we're covering the diaspora conference on Wednesday, as in it's going to be broadcast on Poro 106 FM on Wednesday. Tomorrow, there is a broadcast from Montego Bay, the Montego Bay Convention Center. And on Wednesday, as we said, there will be a broadcast of the conference. We will be doing duties. So technically speaking, we will not be at work. I will not be at work on Wednesday. I will not be doing both sides of the story on Power 106 on Wednesday. Perhaps Jesse, chances are Jesse will be doing the program on Wednesday, which will be taking the diaspora conference live, carrying the diaspora conference live.
Okay.
And then on Thursday, I have a road safety broadcast in St. Anne. Looking forward to that as well. So yes, it's a full week, even as we celebrate diaspora, the members of the diaspora at home and abroad.
What time are we talking about in the mornings?
Well, I'm going to announce the schedule right now. So you can keep listening. The conference, it starts, there's an opening ceremony. So there's a pre-broadcast period from 8:15 to 8:30 in the morning. The opening ceremony starts at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Will run for an hour, 8:30 to 9:30 tomorrow morning. Then there'll be loads of features in between. Then by 9:45, we'll be looking at a keynote Riverside chat. And that guest is none other than Jackie Wright, Chief Digital Officer and Corporate Vice President of Microsoft USA. She's a global technology leader. So that's 9:45 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. This Jamaican giant is going to be involved will be delivering a keynote Riverside chat. And then we'll have the first plenary. It's spelled Plenary, but pronounced plenary. The first plenary is headlined Igniting Diaspora Engagement in a Digitalized World. Igniting Diaspora Engagement in a Digitalized World. And then there's some entertainment and interviews in between. It's a made-for-television event. We should tell you that. Then at 12:30 p.m. tomorrow, there will be concurrent breakout sessions. There's the conference interest group dialogue featuring diaspora faith-based organizations like churches. Conference interest group dialogue, young diaspora members, that's the future of the diaspora. Government departments and service delivery. And a stakeholder and sponsor hosted breakout sessions. So some of the sponsors that we listed, they're going to have feature videos running, and there'll be live interviews and so on happening. It's going to be really spectacular. One moment, please.
Get high-quality blinds and beautiful windows, drapes, and wooden flooring from Sam the Blind Man, 40 Barnett Street, Montego Bay. The time by Sam the Blind Man is 4:15.
Importers. Shipments requiring you to pay customs duties and taxes are cleared on a customs goods declaration, known as an IM4 or IMS4. Ask your clearing agent to provide your customs declaration, customs assessment notice, and customs receipt once duties and taxes are paid. Where your clearing agent may not be able to provide the IM4 or IMS4, request your customs goods declaration registration number or C number, which can be used to verify your payments. Importers, request your IM4, IMS4, or C number. It is your right. For details, email the Jamaica Customs Agency at public.relations@jca.gov.jm. Jamaica Customs, keeping our customers in focus.
Gen Zers, we're back. Gen Z returns with a new look, fresh faces, hot topics, and a whole new vibe. We're talking finance, dating, dancehall. You think it? We discuss it. You don't want to miss it. So join us Saturdays at 10 a.m. on Power 106 FM and 6:30 p.m. on TVJ. Gen Z, a show for the youths, by the youths.
Both sides of the story.
We want to help save precious lives by creating greater awareness about safe driving practices. This Thursday, June 16, Power 106 FM will bring you another in our series of road safety broadcasts. Join both sides of the story with host Dervan 2 to 5 p.m. for a live broadcast from the St. Anne's Bay Examination Depot. This broadcast is brought to you by Island Traffic Authority, Road Safety Unit, Transport Authority, and Massive Used Parts and Super Value Auto Center Limited. That's a live broadcast of both sides of the story with Dervan this Thursday, June 16, 2 to 5 p.m. from the St. Anne's Bay Examination Depot, right here on Power 106 FM.
Your health is key to your wealth. Suffering from muscle, joint, neck, back, and other pain? The Rehabilitation Institute of the Caribbean, providing medical care for function and performance in association with Winchester MRI, Jamaica's first choice for MR imaging. Immune Active Denk, a combination of key active ingredients designed to boost the body's natural defense. And Almighty Studios, a recording studio where they create worship music to praise, to worship, and to serve, presents Rehabilitation Now, a 30-minute feature on physical medicine and rehabilitation for people overcoming pain or dysfunction from injury or disease that affects muscles, tendons, nerves, and joints. Rehabilitation Now with host Alicia Taylor and rehabilitation physician Dr. Paula Dawson airs every Thursday, 5:30 to 6 p.m. on Power 106. Free your body from aches and pain with Rehabilitation Now.
It's Diaspora Week 2022. This is Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, and we're continuing the build-up to the 19th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. It's the Jamaica 60 Hybrid Edition. In the absence of the very, very busy Consul General of Jamaica based in Miami, Florida, with responsibility for 13 states, Mr. R. Oliver Mayer, in his absence, we are giving you more details on the program and related matters to do with the Jamaica 69th Biennial Diaspora Conference, which starts tomorrow morning. And let's tell you that, let's see, there will be a series of watch parties across the various missions. You know, Jamaica has missions across the world where we have high commissioners, we have ambassadors, we have consuls general, etc., etc. So they will be having watch parties all over the globe. And that's going to be exciting as well. So on Tuesday, the 14th, that's tomorrow, the Jamaican High Commission UK watch party will be on at the Jamaican High Commission in the UK. On Wednesday, the Jamaican Embassy in Tokyo, Japan, will be up and running in terms of as a watch party center, so to speak. And then on Thursday, the 16th, it will be the Consulate General in Miami, Florida. And so and remember as well, before this week, there have been satellite briefings across the world to the respective missions. So they knew exactly what was going to happen, how, where, when, and so on. And they had their input as well, coming from those satellite briefings all over the world. So make a note of that and get ready for that as well. But we also want to get back to the program. We were giving you a rundown of the program. As we mentioned, the concurrent breakout sessions. Then by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, there's a Riverside chat, and the focus will be on the National Identification System, NIDS. All you need to know about NIDS, the National Identification System. The presenter will be the Honorable Floyd Green, Minister without portfolio with responsibility for NIDS. And 1 second, Natalie, you want to stay on for the rest of this, or you listen on the radio?
I listen, but I wanted to ask, with all of this is taking place, we don't have any place that we could go and watch it, like like when you're having parties, you can go to the hotels and you can see places. Won't they have big screens set up that in busy spaces and maybe where we can go and see all of this?
Well, there are watch parties in the diaspora, as we just mentioned, in Japan, in England, in Miami, Florida. Okay. But here in Jamaica, I don't know. The Kingston Hall, of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade is going to be the hub of the conference. And they have limited capacity. So that is already booked. Those places booked out in terms of the number of people, because they had to have a cutoff point in terms cutoff for the numbers. So, but hey, if you want to, well, I don't know. In terms of,
it would be good to have the national arena, or maybe where the Seabird Authority, Jamaica Conference Center, because I know the conference center usually hosts big meetings like those, that they could put up their screens and people would be able to see.
Yeah, well, and
I'm going, D?
I hear you loud and clear, and perhaps that's one for the future, and that's where we are now. The future is here already, with all these hybrid and virtual and digital connections all over the globe. So who knows? Perhaps come next year, all things being well, life's spare, as my mother would say, we'll see how it goes. But for the time being, the information we've been sharing is the information we have and is an indication as to how things will unfold for the Jamaica 69th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference.
Yes, and not to take you off what you're saying or doing, but is the festival song on or off? Because I'm hearing that they're planning something. What is the final thing? The final thing, the whole thing is off?
Last thing I heard is that there's a compilation in the making featuring Shaggy, Marcia Griffiths, and Freddie McGregor. Those are the three I've heard. There are more to come, I'm told. And two of the 123 entries have been chosen to be part of that compilation, which the minister apparently hopes will win a Grammy.
Okay. So she started in the international market then. Because remember, the people who went for the festival song, they did it worldwide this time. It wasn't just in Jamaica. So I guess they had a worldwide feed about what they were, international feed about what the festival song should be. While under normal circumstances, also the judges and the Jamaican audience who they chose used to vote, but they went international the year before last, and I'm not sure about last year. But I think they should think about not just picking two, but at least 50 or so to put in that compilation. Some of the songs really sound good. Yes, some of the songs really sound good.
You have heard them?
Okay. I've heard them.
All right.
Some of them from year before last, some of them from this year. So I think they should put them together. Those 20 that they selected, I'll put them together and see what we get.
20? Who selected 20?
Yes. From year before last and last year.
Oh. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. But our understanding, as was said in Parliament by the Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, is that there will be some kind of a special compilation. So we'll see.
Yes, I'm listening to see what she comes with, because this could be something that we could market in our tourism package.
We hear you loud and
This
clear.
could be a major tourism package,
We hear you.
marketing strategy to get back the people to come to Jamaica and really
Not that they need a second invitation. The visitors haven't stopped coming at all. It's amazing. There's something about this place called Jamaica, COVID-19 or no COVID-19. Thank you very much for the call, Natalie. All the best. Take care.
Yes.
Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Paro 106 FM. We've been going through the program of activities for the 9th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference, the Jamaica 60 Hybrid Edition. And there, as we said, there's a Riverside chat, the focus being National Identification System, NIDS. And the presenter is the Honorable Floyd Green, Minister without portfolio with responsibility for NIDS. And then there's a plenary number 2. The topic is Igniting Diaspora Engagement for Education Transformation in Jamaica. Igniting Diaspora Engagement for Education Transformation in Jamaica. That will be around 2:45. The NIDS presentation will be at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. The Igniting Diaspora Engagement for Education Transformation in Jamaica plenary is at 2:45 tomorrow afternoon. There will be opportunities for those in cyberspace and on location to visit the marketplace of the legacy partners like Grace, Best Dressed Chicken, JN, VM, etc., etc., etc. And let's see. There's the hybrid special event hosted by Grace Kennedy Group. That's an evening activity that's tomorrow evening after this. So that's how it usually is after the long day of meetings and discussions and presentations. There's usually a get together at the end of the day. So that's tomorrow evening. So that's day 1 of this 3-day hybrid conference in celebration of the Jamaican diaspora. This is the 9th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. Day 2 will begin at 7:30 in the morning. There's a pre-broadcast package from 7:30 Wednesday morning until 8:15, from 7:30 to 8:15 Wednesday morning. And then at 8:15, Diaspora Connect, the Japan hub of Diaspora Connect. That's 8:15. There'll be presentation videos in between, remarks, interviews. And then the third plenary number 3, gets going at 9 o'clock Wednesday morning, Igniting Diaspora Engagement for Transformation of the Orange Economy in Jamaica, the entertainment, cultural, and creative industries. That's plenary number 3, 9 o'clock Wednesday morning. And then there will be a link with the New York hub. Other broadcast content will be streamed. Then there's the Riverside chat for all those who want to learn about cryptocurrency. 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 That will be the subject of the Riverside chat Wednesday morning at 10:30. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. The following is a public service announcement. We note your interest in the World Free Zone Conference. Please remember that you must register to enter the conference. Please register online at www.aice2022.com. That was a public service announcement. Power 106 FM salutes and celebrates fathers on Father's Day, Sunday, June 19. Join Daddy Foss when he presents Dad with Love from 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. as he takes your calls, plays music to honor fathers, and does giveaways. To Dad with Love is brought to you by Chad and Distributors, home of the Maxis Tires, your place to retire. KFC, feel the KFC and ignite your senses with KFC. LS Duaney, the electrical people. J&B Bank will help you find a way. Pioneer Manufacturing, make your dog a happy dog with ProPet. The insurance company of the West Indies Limited at ICWI, serving you is all we do. And the Jamaica Public Service Company, powering what matters. That's To Dad with Love with Daddy Foss on Power 106 FM, Sunday, June 19, Father's Day, right here on Power 106 FM.
I think I'll call this man father. Color him love. I think I'll color him love. Color him love. Said I'm gonna color him
Sides of the story.
We want to help save precious lives by creating greater awareness about safe driving practices. This Thursday, June 16, Power 106 FM will bring you another in our series of road safety broadcasts. Join both sides of the story with host Dervan 2 to 5 p.m. for a live broadcast from the St. Anne's Bay Examination Depot. This broadcast is brought to you by Island Traffic Authority, Road Safety Unit, Transport Authority, and Massive Used Parts and Super Value Auto Center Limited. That's a live broadcast of both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm this Thursday, June 16, 2 to 5 p.m. from the St. Anne's Bay Examination Depot, right here on Power 106 FM.
Farmers, come for a candid conversation with the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honorable Pernell Charles Jr. Learn more about the agricultural sector and the role we all play with its development. That's a Morning with the Minister, every second and fourth Friday of every month during Farm Talk with Alfie McKenzie, right here on Power 106 FM.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5:28. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5h moins 28. 现在几点了？5点，2:17。The time just changed as we were getting ready to give you the Chinese. So it started out at 28 minutes to 5 o'clock. It's now 27 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Good afternoon to all the schoolers listening to us, all the students from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. As we always say, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Those of you sitting CSEC and CAPE exams, we hope you get the results that you work for. Nothing more, nothing less. And let's see. Parents and guardians, do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with the preview of this Jamaica Diaspora Week 9th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference, the Jamaica 60 Hybrid Edition. So we were at Wednesday, the schedule for Wednesday. We're at 10:30 now on Wednesday, 10:30 a.m. Wednesday. Riverside chat on cryptocurrency. Everything you ever wanted to know about cryptocurrency. Mr. Richard Biles, Governor of the Bank of Jamaica, and Dan Keeler, editor of Blockworks, will be joining us on Wednesday. We look forward to that. And let's see who else will be on. We're still trying to connect with Oliver Mayer. I think he just got through to us. So he's going to be joining us in a moment. And in the meantime, there is another of the presentations to look out for on Wednesday morning at 11:15. It's Ignite Talk, because remember the theme is reigniting a nation for greatness. So they're playing with the words here. Ignite Talk. The title is, this is 11:15 Wednesday morning. Plant something. How Farm Up Jamaica leveraged the biennial diaspora conference and connections made to create a sustainable agro-investment model and movement. The speaker will be Mr. Neil Curtis, founder and CEO of Farm Up Jamaica. Then by 11:45, it's another Riverside chat focusing on climate change and diaspora engagement. Climate change and diaspora engagement, 11:45 Wednesday morning. There will be the usual entertainment package, New York hub. We're going to be making that link, the marketplace focus, and then there are the concurrent breakout sessions, conference interest group dialogue, looking at diaspora faith-based organizations, government departments and service delivery, stakeholder and sponsor hosted breakout sessions. All of that will happen between 12:30 and 1:30 Wednesday afternoon. Then by the time we get around to 1:30, 1:40, it's time for another Riverside chat. This time the guest is Dr. Marlene Street Forrest, the managing director of the award-winning Jamaica Stock Exchange. Managing director of the award-winning Jamaica Stock Exchange, Dr. Marlene Street Forrest will be the presenter, the guest on that Riverside chat, starting at 1:40, going up until 2 o'clock. After 2, the usual interviews and other happenings in between. And that will take us by 2:15 Wednesday afternoon to plenary number 4. The topic, diaspora business and investment in Jamaica. And we know we could call some names, but we won't right now, of members of the diaspora who are running businesses right here in Jamaica, even as they live overseas. They're straddling both Jamaica and the diaspora. We could call a few names. You'd be surprised. Some serious investments. So that is a discussion to pay attention to. That's at 2:15 Wednesday afternoon. And at 3:45, Ignite Talk. The title, Investment Opportunities in Jamaica. Investment Opportunities in Jamaica. The speaker, Ms. Diane Edwards, President of JAMPRO. President of JAMPRO, Diane Edwards, 3:45 Wednesday afternoon. And then we'll have the usual interviews on the spot, wrap, the marketplace, and there will be an online event hosted by VM Group. So that's another one to look out for. So the first evening activity on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, Grace Kennedy will be leading that. On Wednesday, the evening activity will be led by VM Group. So that's Wednesday. Let's move on. Let's go to Thursday, which is Jamaica Diaspora Day. The 16th of June every year is Diaspora Day. Make a note of that. So on Diaspora Day, the final day, the third and final day of the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference, the 9th Biennial Hybrid Conference, that will get going at 8:30 in the morning on Thursday. There will be a sort of a wrap or a roundup of what happened the day before. That will happen about 8:40. Then by 8:45, we'll link up with the Miami hub. That's where the Jamaicans in Miami will be having their watch party, part of the Jamaica 60 Diaspora Conference, the 9th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. And then the first Riverside chat for Thursday morning will be at 9 o'clock, Navigating Mental Health Recovery and My Life in Comedy. Navigating Mental Health Recovery and My Life in Comedy. Who is that? Ms. Julie Mango Bodley, comedian, mental health advocate. She will be on at 9 o'clock Thursday morning. By 9:45, it will be time for the 5th plenary number 5. The topic, Igniting Diaspora Engagement for Transforming Health and Wellness Services in Jamaica. Igniting Diaspora Engagement for Transforming Health and Wellness Services in Jamaica. Then we'll have the usual, we'll link with the Miami hub and then the interviews. And then at 11:30, it will be time. This is Thursday now, listeners. We're giving you the schedule for Thursday's third and final day on Diaspora Day, Thursday the 16th. 11:30 Thursday morning, Riverside Reasoning with Major General Anthony Anderson, the Commissioner of Police. That one is inescapable. Crime is inescapable. Safety and security, inescapable. And so Major General Anthony Anderson, Commissioner of Police, will be in the hot seat in the Riverside Reasoning scheduled for 11:30 Thursday morning. Then the usual entertainment package, the Marketplace Focus, followed by a panel discussion at 1:15 p.m. This is 1:15 p.m. Thursday the 16th. The title, From Crafting to Fruition, the National Diaspora Policy. From Crafting to Fruition, the National Diaspora Policy. Then at 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon, interviews, links with the Miami hub, other broadcast content. And then by 2:20 Thursday afternoon, there's what is called a seminar short, Diaspora Mechanisms in Action. Diaspora Mechanisms in Action. The title, the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council, GJDC, and the Global Jamaica Diaspora Youth Council, GJDYC, Successes, Challenges, and the Way Forward. And that will be followed by the closing session at 3:30 Thursday afternoon. Then at 4, interviews, broadcast content, and the wrap. Then come 4:30, it will be time for the Marketplace. That's 4:30 Thursday afternoon. And then the evening activity to be hosted by VM Group. That's an online special event hosted by VM Group. Yes, that's just an indication of what to expect starting tomorrow. It's all about Diaspora Week this week here in Jamaica, and Thursday being Diaspora Day, and tomorrow being the start of the Jamaica 60 9th Biennial Diaspora Conference. We look forward to seeing you online and hearing you, but you have to register. It's important if you want to be able to log on. You have to register. There's no charge. More in a moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45. The following is a public service announcement. We note your interest in the World Free Zone Conference. Please remember that you must register to enter the conference. Please register online at www.aice2022.com. That was a public service announcement.
believe. I run my strength, my love, and my loyalty to give.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 15. Quelle heure est-il en français? Time just changed. Il est 5 heures moins 14. 现在几点了？5点加14分. 14 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned into both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Sean has been trying desperately to get in touch with us all afternoon. We're now able to accommodate him. Good afternoon, Sean. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Uncle Dervan. How are you doing, sir?
I'm giving thanks for life. And you?
I am great so far. I'm doing great. I have a very interesting subject in my mind right now. You know that the world is a very colorful world. My subject will be about skin bleach in Jamaica. Over the weekend, I was reading an article that was published in 2017. The article said that 300,000 people bleach their skin. How could these people bleach their skin?
Well, they'll tell you that they live in a democracy and they're free to do whatever they want to do, so long as that freedom does not infringe on another person's freedom.
Yes, and they also talk about 2.8 million Jamaican people bleach their skin. What these people...
I don't know about that. Where did you get that figure from?
I was reading an article.
Which article? From where?
The article was published in 2017. I was reading it over.
No, what's the source of the article? Which publication? Jamaica Observer, Gleaner? Where did you find that?
I find it on Google.
No, we have to be careful with those numbers. That's ridiculous. We don't have 2.8 million people in Jamaica bleaching. No, no, that's the entire population of Jamaica, just about. No, you have to try though to check your information so that we don't go peddling these falsehoods. This is somebody's fantasy that is published online, and then we by repeating it, we help to give it legs. So please, if you're gonna come with information, please just make sure it's from a credible source.
Yes, I understand you. But these people have no need to bleach their skin. They must respect their complexion that they have. If they continue to bleach their skin like that, it will give them cancer. You understand what I'm saying? Skin bleaching is not good.
Yes. Well, we hear you.
Yes, I understand. It doesn't mean that when I see a person bleach their skin, it doesn't mean that they're racist or nothing like that.
Right. All right. Look, Sean, thank you very much for the call this afternoon. We have to cut it short because we have gotten a hold of Oliver Mayer, Consul General, Jamaica's Consul General in Miami, Florida. Thank you very much for the call. All the best. Good. Take care. Let's go to, I told you, listeners, he's a very busy man, Oliver Mayer. You should see his itinerary sometimes. Goodness. Mr. Mayer, good afternoon to you. How are you, sir?
I am very good, very good. Just fresh from my visit back from Alabama, where I met with the community there and went to the Caribbean festival that took place over the weekend and had a number of activities and very productive visit. Visited a couple of universities looking for scholarships for people, and number of things happened on the trip. But it's part of our territory as one of our 13 states. So
yes,
another day we'll speak about that. But happy to be on the program.
Yes, indeed. And we wanted to ask you about because we've been hearing about these watch parties, so to speak, and different hubs, one in Japan, another in England, another one in Miami, Florida. Give Jamaicans in Miami, Florida, and elsewhere in those other hubs an idea of what to expect in being in one of these watch parties or in one of these hubs.
Thank you so much, Dervan. This year it's a hybrid presentation, so we'll have 100 persons in Jamaica who will be live at the conference. But for us, and anybody around the world can watch it from the comfort of their home or their office, because it's virtual. But we decided to have a watch party similar to what we did for Reggae Month, where we gather persons in the community who would like to come and just huddle and watch it together. And so we'll have Blue Mountain coffee, complimentary Blue Mountain coffee, and some refreshments available for those who come. And during the breaks, we will facilitate some live discussion from the participants there, just to have them feeling more involved in the process. And from Kingston, they will connect with us on 3 different occasions, just to hear what is the mood, what's the vibe, what's the feeling happening in all 4 hubs.
And is this every day or just tomorrow?
It's going to be on Thursday.
Okay.
So our one will be on Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's going to be at the Island Space Caribbean Museum, which is on West Broward Boulevard, 8000 West Broward Boulevard.
All right. That sounds like something to look forward to. But generally speaking, when in your interactions with members of the diaspora and information that has been brought to your attention, what's the energy like leading into this week, which is Diaspora Week, Thursday being Diaspora Day, and tomorrow being the start of the Jamaica 69th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference?
All the persons I've spoken to, when they hear, they say, "Yes, man, call me in." So we perhaps could have been a little earlier with promotions and stuff, but the energy for those who have been engaged has been very good. People want to contribute. People want to feel a part of what is happening, and I've been on the phone talking to folks, and people I'm speaking to are excited about sharing and being a part of the process. People want continued engagement. They love to speak and to be heard and to be engaged and to offer their feedback and to hear what's taking place. So, we're looking forward to Thursday, the watch party, and having that dialogue. Dr. Tufton is also going to be passing through. He's doing a couple of visits to the different states, and so they'll get a combo, because at the end of our hub activity at 4 p.m., we will move into a session with him where he will be promoting a new initiative from the Ministry of Health, which on another occasion I'll speak to you on, and also reinforcing the adopter clinic. Mm-hmm. So exciting things taking place here in the community, and we're looking forward to it. And the lineup is good, what I've seen. So it's going to be very exciting. Anybody listening here, tune in, share, and you're in for a great experience. Last time I did it, Dervan, we were rounding up people to fly down, which takes a lot more planning.
Yes.
But given that you don't need to fly down, it's going to be, you just drive down to the watch party. It's so easy. So even if you're one of those who just happen to not have heard a couple, and the day before, it's so easy to engage. You're going to just click on the link.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade website and register so that they can be on.
Exactly. So it's very easy to be a part of the conference. So at any stage at all, you can join in and be a part of it. And I registered right as I heard the link. It took me 1 minute or less. And so very engaging, well organized for persons to just come in and have a seamless experience.
Well, we want to thank you very much for the work you continue to do in service to Jamaica, land we love. Thank you so much, Oliver Mayer. We look forward to seeing and hearing what the Miami Hub has to offer on Thursday, all day, in between the discussions and the other sessions and so on. It's going to be quite spectacular, I'm sure.
The last hub we had for Reggae Month, I'm telling you, man, the place was on fire. So
exactly.
We're looking to that same energy and everybody to come out and just have a good, engaging discussion as we discuss our favorite topic, Jamaica.
Well said. Thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you, Dervan. All the best, dear listeners.
Sure. Take care. Bye-bye. That's Mr. R. Oliver Mayer. He's Jamaica's Consul General based in Miami, Florida, with responsibility for about 13 states and giving us an idea of what to expect from the Miami hub, one of about 3, is it? There's Miami, there is the Jamaican High Commission in London, and there's the Jamaican Mission in Japan. So you can look out for those interjections throughout the 3 days of the Jamaica 69th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Monday, the 13th of June, 2022. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns Monday afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm. What did I just say? Tomorrow afternoon, all things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. And from all indications, we should be coming to you live from the friendly city, from Montego Bay, because there is, you see, Jamaica is really the place of choice, not just to live and to raise families and do business. It's also the place of choice for global events, not to be left out at all as far as Jamaica is concerned. So Jamaica is hosting the annual international conference and exhibition for the global of the Global Free Zones Conference. So Jamaica is hosting the annual international conference and exhibition, AICE, with more than 1,500 guests from some 140 countries set to attend. And so all things being well, that's where we're scheduled to be tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm, reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's news at 5.
Bye.